We found him with a severed leg. His leg was hanging off. I went down yesterday morning and there was literally a bloodbath. And then you made a little path into the office and then you came into the kitchen. Welcome everybody to this week's video. I'm going to talk you through this wonderful dog who you will remember from last week's video where we found him with a severed leg. His leg was hanging off. It's been a very eventful week for, his new name is Lionel Messi, like the footballer, but he's doing generally really good, but there's a lot of backstory to explain. So what we're going to do today is we're going to tell you how he's doing. We're going to tell you his future. We're going to tell you about how he is going to heal over the next couple of weeks because it's not a simple procedure. And Sybille, who's a human doctor and knows a lot about dogs, is on her way to give him his daily treatment. So that's going to be a lovely bit of respite for him. He's generally doing really well though, and as you can see probably from the surroundings, he is up in my house because he needed some extra special care. He's struggling in a few ways, but the general trajectory is up, and we're going to fix Lionel Messi, and I'm going to tell you now all about it. Now we're up at my house, and the reason we're here, actually, we're waiting for Sybille to come, but I wanted to explain to you why I brought Lionel Messi up here. I went down yesterday morning at 6 a.m. to open the dogs, and there was literally a bloodbath in Leo's little suite, which is really unusual because he'd been there for 5 nights, as happy as can be. We had lovely soft cushions, so he was really at ease there. But Sunday night, 2 things happened. One was there was fireworks because it was a public holiday, and the second was there was a big storm, so loads of thunder. And there'd been a couple of storms before that, but he'd been actually completely fine. Like, I'd come in the morning, perfect. But anyway, got there Sunday night and it was literally like a horror scene. I was so upset, kind of with myself. I was like, should I have left him there? Should I have already had him at the house? But I can't because him and Hank wouldn't get on. So it was a horrific feeling to see him like that. He'd obviously been struggling, scared in the night, and he'd cut his bandage had come off and he'd sort of scraped it up and down the wall. So it's like a horrible feeling. You do of course blame yourself, but that's why we've brought him up here now. Hank has moved to the land and he's going to recover very well here, and Sybille is now on his way and she's going to clean up his wound, and we're going to tell you about his recovery outlook. Now mister, will we have a little look where you were when I was away? Well, you were definitely at the door, and then you made a little path into the office, you can see that, and then you came into the kitchen, and then you came over to the bin to see if there was any food up there for you. Then you seem to have had a wander into the bathroom. You're a good boy, aren't you? You just don't like being on your own very much. One thing that would help massively, like all these videos, is if you just hit the subscribe button. It really helps us spread the word and help more dogs like little Lionel Messi here. Yeah, don't look at it. Don't look at it. That's better. That's better. Can't look at that. So we're just, Sybille is obviously just cleaning up his leg, which I can't really look at. What are you doing, Sybille?
First I take the bandage, old bandage off, of course. Now we disinfect, and now we I put a cream on. It's a antibacterial cream called Bactacine.
Good boy, good.
Good boy, yeah. We have to amputate the leg because this will never heal. Oh, you see this very big wound area, and already the bone, you can feel the bone. So it's an open wound. And hello.
Good boy,
Good
he's
boy.
so brave.
With a prosthesis.
So the reason we're not actually doing this at the moment is because Lionel is too thin. He has blood parasites. That's all right.
Maybe, yes, because he's very anemic, too skinny. His blood platelets for luck are okay, but he also had high infection signs. That's why he's already put on antibiotics. But we have to make a decision soon because it's always bleeding, and I don't want that the infection goes through his whole leg, through the bone and everything. At the moment everything looks clean, but the blood shows there's a high infection.
So basically, yeah, we just need to keep him comfortable and clean for 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. As soon as his blood results are good enough, the vets that we know can do the operation. But it's obviously very painful for Messi as well. But he's a very good patient, as you can see. If you tried to do this with some other dogs, they would, hit the roof. You'd have to put a muzzle on them. and they would be screaming. He's obviously in pain, but he knows we're trying to help him, which is good. But it's going to be another 2 weeks of this, probably every day, cleaning his wound, I would imagine. And he's bleeding, and he still has a lot of anxiety. He wants to escape, and he squeals. But he stayed beside my bed all last night and had a good night's sleep, and good food, and good medicine, which Sybille gave him, and good wound cleaning. The reason we don't go to the vets at this stage is because it's just stressful to drive him all the way to the vets, and it's also expensive. If we have to go to the vets every day, like that adds up. Maybe not for one dog, but if you've got a lot of dogs at the vet every day. So we're very lucky to have Sybille, who does this for humans normally, but can also do it for dogs. She's very good, isn't she? The best in the business. So, Messi has got everything done. He's actually really struggling to walk, as you can see in the videos with Sybille. He kind of uses his the back of his leg, and that's when we first found him. It had healed over a bit, and that's how he'd learned to walk in the jungle. So he's trying to revert to that. But he's been to his toilet. It's quite a big toilet, I will say. I don't know why I have to tell you that, but very important information. And he's now fixed up for the day. Sybille has done a wonderful job with him. So we're going to clean the house a little bit, and I'm going to try and change my day around a little bit so as I can stay here with him for most of the day. Or maybe bring him to the office at the land. He doesn't like being alone, and can see from those blood marks that he jumps up to the windows and stuff, which is terrible for his leg. So he's in as good a position as we can. We thought maybe 2 or 3 weeks for the operation, but Sybille is going to talk to a really experienced vet here on the island called Dr. Sit to see if he can do it sooner, as soon as is safely possible, because the sooner that is amputated, the sooner he can heal. He's going to have to heal again afterwards, so he's doing well. He's a very, very good boy, is Lionel Messi. The operation will probably cost about 15,000-20,000 baht, which is about $500-600, but I wish we could just do it today. So this is kind of a situation that shows it's not necessarily about the money as much, it's more about the healing time and the recovery time, and just keeping him safe until we get the operation. Isn't that right? Do you want to go down, mister? Or are you happy here? You want to go down, do you? Yeah. Oh, good boy. That's it. If you want to hit the subscribe button or like button or comment and wish Mr. Lionel Messi well. I think he's on the way to recovery. A little bit of a stressful few days for him, but we'll get there in the end, thanks to the amazing humans who are all on his side.
He's just got the brightest eyes. Messi. What is it? What is it?